Single player games are dying. It's what someone said back in the day. EA. Well, it's your host, the best gamer of all time, the man in the orange suit, the orange tie, sunglasses, and all. And I decided to look back at it and see if that quote actually is holding up to today. And let me tell you, folks, it kind of is. Let's be honest here. If we're actually looking at the popular games nowadays, games that are actually up there, games that people are playing, that's going to be honest with you, it is multiplayer games. I mean, let's be honest here. You got Fortnite up there. A lot of people playing it. Kids, some adults, everyone's playing those games. Roblox, a game that I actually right now despise and I don't necessarily like, but I can't argue the fact that there's people playing Roblox as well. I mean, I can't argue with that. League of Legends, a game that people are playing it, and it's actually dominating on Twitch. I mean, listen here, I do like myself a good single player game, like Expedition 33 was up there and it's great. It sold many copies. But the thing about it though, single player games don't actually have a way to stay with players. Like, let me say something right here. Resident Evil just came out, and Resident Evil was great, don't get me wrong, a lot of people like it, but I have a controversial opinion about it. I don't think it's worth it with this price. Look, I know that's a controversial topic, and I'm saying it for a few reasons. Number one, Resident Evil, I think that game is really short. Number two, the replayability isn't really much for me personally. And number three, like I said, the price is a little too much, and it's single player. It's single player though. It is. Like, I wouldn't want to play that necessarily with myself, but I'd rather pick a game with the same price tag, play it with my friends, and honestly, I might have more fun with it, and sometimes I might actually have more hours in it. I know this is a hot take, and I know a lot of people are going to hate me with this, but I will say this right now. Call of Duty comes out every year, and I think Call of Duty is an absolute slot for him. But I gotta say something right now, whether or not you guys agree or disagree. I honestly think you would get more hours of a Call of Duty game than a Resident Evil game. I know, you can hate me right now, you can hate me so much, but I ain't gonna lie, you kind of would get some hours out of it. You know, if you're a guy likes zombies, that's a 1+, you know. I love zombies, I really do, and this is coming from someone who really hated Black Ops 7, Black Ops, whatever they're coming out now. But I can safely say that I can have more hours in that game than Resident Evil, all because it's multiplayer and I actually enjoy playing with my friends. And if I'm playing with my friends on a very bad game and have a blast with them, I'd rather just do that than play with the game that actually is, I'm not gonna lie, Resident Evil has some high quality moments in it. It does, graphics are amazing. Problem is though, is just that I don't really want to experience that by myself. I just want to have that someone else, which is why I actually liked Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5 I thought was great because I'm actually being with someone and having that co-op experience. I even, believe it or not, hot take here too, I actually liked Resident Evil 6, baby. But let's move on to another genre of games so I can stop picking on Resident Evil. Look, Baldur's Gate 3, a great game, people love it, absolutely. Gotta say this right now though, I actually like playing with people though, still do. Like, it's kind of one of those situations though where Baldur's Gate 3 and Divinity Original Sin 2, which is another great RPG. By the way, if you like Baldur's Gate 3, you should really play Divinity Original Sin. But the problem is though, is that even though it's an RPG, it has multiplayer elements. Matter of fact, it is a multiplayer game because you can play with your friend point A to point B. And it gives me that freedom that I can still experience a game that is a single player, maybe a single player initially, is now a multiplayer. And this is where I start to question things a little bit. Are single player games going to die? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, GTA 5 has a pretty decent single player campaign. It's pretty good. And I know a lot of people play GTA 5 single player, but now I look at the statistics now, people are playing GTA 5 for this multiplayer, for its role playing, or just online trying to make money. They're not playing for the single player anymore. And honestly, GTA 5 made most of their money because of multiplayer. And to be honest with you, I think that kind of shows that where gamers are heading towards. Single player games kind of might be dying a little bit. Where now there's actually other people might be perhaps like me, that they wouldn't buy something if it isn't multiplayer. And I get it. There's some people out there, and I want to make this perfectly clear. There's always going to be an audience out there. There's going to be an audience that's like, well, I'm going to get this game because it's single player and I love it. I don't have any friends. I want to play it on my own. You know, I have a friend named Wolf who is like that, who literally likes some single player games. But at the same time, though, I got to be honest, though, he always does come back. And he comes back and plays some games with me. But let's be honest, though. Like, single player games doesn't have that long stability as long with multiplayer games. Doesn't have that stability, and it's kind of unfortunate. And for that reason, I honestly think kind of move forward a little bit and have games that are going to be all multiplayer, or have a multiplayer option. I mean, you could play Divinity Original Sin 2, but now you can play it with multiplayer. And to a certain extent, I kind of see that the games are kind of changing. A lot of people are getting GTA, the new GTA game, because honestly, it has some multiplayer in it, and they know they're going to have multiplayer in it. Sure, people might play single player for maybe once, and maybe they might say how great it is, but they're mostly getting it for multiplayer. Let's be honest here. They really are. I mean, shoot, I want to play with my friends and start shooting it and just robbing banks and doing all that there. So, are multiplayer games dying? Well, first of all, I don't think it would ever die. Multiplayer games are going to be there. They will. It reminds me of RTS, the real-time strategy games. Back in the day, Warcraft 3 was really popular. And I'm showing this on the screen right now, and I bet some of you guys don't even know what this game is. And some of you guys that are like 40 years old, or maybe even older, know what this game is and probably having a blast just kind of remembering this. And I actually been streaming some games about this, like Dawn of War. Loved that game. The game is amazing. But even I can say, though, real-time strategy games are kind of dying and kind of dead. There's always a niche for them. Dawn of War 4 is coming out, and I absolutely am excited for it. I'm not going to lie, I really am. But even I can say that there's not like a big group of people waiting to get it, though, compared to like other games like multiplayer first-person shooter, or like something that's, I don't know, something else, maybe even turn-based. Real-time strategy games, people get like intimidated by it. So in all honesty, I would say this right now, it kind of reminds me of single player now. Real-time strategy games and single player games are kind of in the same boat in a way. There always will be around, they will always be there, but a lot of people would just prefer other games. Well, folks, that's me, the best gamer of all time, and I'd love to read your comments, see whether or not you guys agree or disagree. Best gamer of all time is now going to be signing off. Thank you all for watching.